Once you've selected instructor driven or instructor paced, you're going to click on it and this page comes up. When this page comes up, your students can go to the website, put in this code, or you can copy this link where it says give students a link. You can copy that and then just paste it right in the chat. It will take students right in there. They may have to put in their Microsoft credentials, but it'll be the same as what they use to get into their computer. One of the things I would recommend as you're presenting is that you have this page up for the presentation mode, but also that you have your teacher dashboard. So that's going to come up on a different window. The other thing that I would recommend if you have a second screen is to have a student view. So I'm just going to paste what I copied earlier. This will give me the student view, what the students are seeing on their screen. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off so that I can see that as well. I'm going to split the screen here so that you can see exactly what the students would see as well as the teacher view or the teacher dashboard. Okay, so on this split screen, I have the student view over here on the right, and on the left is the presenter view. If I want to open my dashboard, my teacher dashboard, I'm going to go to those, I'll show you where it is, the three dots next to end, and then click Open Dashboard in a new tab or in a new window. A couple of things to note about your teacher dashboard before we move on. All of your slides will appear as they appear to your students over here on the left. So you'll notice you have the one after your initial slide. You're going to have the slide that has the numbers, the slide that has the options, and it's going to ask students those questions, and you'll see the answers to your questions in the main part of the teacher dashboard. So I'm going to kind of pull this off to the side so that I can, I'm going to unlock this, so that I can show you the student view. So I've gone to the number. This is what my students see. And then I'm going to just, as a student, enter in any number here, whatever number I'm asking for. And I don't have to push enter or anything like that. What that's going to show on my teacher dashboard is where I am, and then it'll also show all of the other students and where they are. When I'm ready, I'm going to move on to the next slide. And then over here on the student view, and I have to have that all the way open, I can change my answer as much as I want. I can make a choice. On the teacher dashboard, I'm also going to see those changes. However, something that I can do before I show responses is I can lock student screens. So when I lock student screens, what students are going to see is this. They're going to see a black screen and they're going to see their answer. If I want to say lock their screen and give them a time limit, so I want to give them 30 seconds, I can do that. On their screen, what it looks like is they have this little number over here in a circle that's going to give them a countdown for how much time they have left. The other thing, oh, and actually I'll just wait for the next one to kind of show this, but you can also show responses. So once you get everybody's answers and you lock them in, then you can show their responses. And over here on mine, I'm just going to unlock this. I am able to see now nothing on the student screen. So if I've locked the screen or if I haven't, I'll see the same thing. The student screen is just going to have whatever it has on it. However, if I want to share their responses, like I am right now, and it has the red box around it, that's going to show up on my presentation mode. So in my presentation mode here, where I'm presenting, it's going to show all of the student responses, and that's where it's going to come up. So this would be like showing up in their Teams meeting if you're sharing this in presentation mode with them. So for that reason, if you are presenting this through Teams, you may want them to have that window open and kind of be listening to you on your Teams meeting. But when you share your answers, you're going to ask them to come back to the Teams meeting so that they can see the results there, because they won't be seeing their results on their student screen. Okay, so I'm going to hide these responses again, and then we're going to move on to the next slide. And this one is really interesting because it's going to show a lot of things. There are a lot of things that you can do with this. So if you have the pencil, you can choose whichever size you want your pencil to be. It can be big or small. You can choose the color as the student. You can choose all sorts of things. It can also be a highlighter. So if you want students to highlight in a text things that are important, or you want them to highlight the evidence that was used, or you want them to notice the source and how the author cited the source, you can have them highlight that. If you would like them, and this is really important, if you would like them to answer some questions or fill in some blanks, or in this case, answer based on answer in some different tables, then I can do that as well. So I'm going to erase this while I'm at it. So I'm going to choose the text as a student, and I'm going to make my box, and then I can answer here. And all of that's going to show up right there. I can also, as a student, I can undo, I can clear the whole thing, I can do all sorts of things. On the teacher side, you are going to see this as students are working. So I'm going to show you the teacher dashboard again. So I saw everything that I was doing before. I saw all of this pop up. As more students are working on this, this little answer section is going to get smaller and smaller. But one of the things that you'll note is that it has my name here. And it also, I had to answer the question of how I'm feeling today. And so that little face goes right by my name. If I wanted to show responses again, it will not show my name in the presentation mode. So that remains anonymous. If you want to share the student's name, you can, but it opens up that possibility of student responses being anonymous. It will also show of all of the students, so it shows one student, of all of the students who are in the presentation. There will also be a box, if you scroll down to the bottom here, that shows the names of those students who haven't yet responded. So then you can talk directly to them about responding to the question in a timely manner. Here is finally the last thing I'm going to show you. This one is one of those stock templates. Again, they chose the drawing tool for this because it has that text. So then I can make a little text box here and say, this is my opinion. And then I can make another text box here and say, this is theirs. And then I can again see that over in my presenter dashboard. The last thing I did want to show you, sorry, there was one more, is the pin, moving this pin around. So here, this is the drag the icon. And as a student, I can kind of place myself where I think I am as far as what type of inquiry I'm able to do. So I want to say I'm doing more structured inquiry. And then again, that will show up on the teacher dashboard.